Discovery says it's part of its general ethos to ensure the well-being of its stakeholders, saying that this decision is in line with the way it does business anyway, but that it's also a health imperative given the ravages of the pandemic. But financial union SABC says it's not right to impose such a rule and that it possibly breaches sections 12 and 13 of the Constitution.
Our stand is to say that much as people have to be vaccinated, we support that everyone has to be vaccinated. But we believe that workers has to be given a choice.
It's easy to understand both sides of the argument, but legally speaking, is Discovery in safe territory?
When you look at the Discovery's approach to this entire issue, they're actually on the right track. If you consider the directive which was given by the Minister of Employment and Labour in terms of dealing with mandatory vaccines. I think the true question lies in their policies as to how they want to implement them and how they want to deal with those employees who are going to perhaps be unwelcoming to the mandatory vaccines.
SABC says Discovery's latest decision has nothing to do with them being a good corporate citizen and that it's all about their bottom line, adding that they're using the workers as guinea pigs in a bigger plan to enforce vaccination.
You realize that it's almost all the insurance companies that are now out there because of now it's time for them to pay. So for us, it's not about the good thing to do, but now it's about the transaction that they have to do, and they realize now that it's becoming more costly.
Meanwhile, the government is still talking in terms of voluntary vaccination and using methods of encouragement for people to do the same.
At this stage, it's not our priority to even start thinking about some kind of legislation or regulation which says every adult must vaccinate. That's not our priority. So we want to just observe that debate. We are not going to get involved. We leave it to those who run industries and services to continue.
But unions are clear that if employers are generally going to change the rules of the employment game, they're not going to make it easy for them.
When I was employed, I was never told about COVID-19. It's not even part of my contract. So now if you want to change it unilaterally, then you are violating my right. So if you violate my right, and then we'll have to go and argue at the Labour Court.
It's thought that Discovery is going to lead a general corporate trend, but given this unprecedented legal terrain, it's going to be an interesting space to watch. Nompumelelo Siziba, SABC News, Johannesburg.